Marco here, welcome back to Resonant Rise. I'm on the server at the minute with Coyanti and Poppy. And see what's going wrong with Poppy. This is meant to be a Utopia video today, but I've got this mechanism thing on my on my mind, and I want to get it sorted before I carry on with anything else. Now, what my issue is right, sky is land for I want to get on with this. What I've actually done here is I've done the 4 times to 5 times processing line. What I've skipped is the 3 times to 4 times. So in there we've got 3 times, and in here we have got 4 to 5. But what I actually need is the 3 to 4, which is what happens in this thing. Now the 3 to 4, this is kind of a bit different than it was. I watched a video that Vagrim did, and that was before Aiden had put in the 4 to 5. So this kind of setup was for the 4 times. Then he's changed it again. He added these machines in, and he's changed it so that first of all we need to go from 3 to 4. And to do that, we use hydrogen chloride. And for hydrogen chloride, what we need is chlorine, and we get chlorine from brine. So what we need to do is make brine, and for that we need a thing called a salination plant. Now I've started laying out my little base here. I'm going to get one of the salination plant in a bit, so that's what I've done. I've made this room bigger. This is going to be my mechanism processing room. I've decided this is going to be my control room over here. My plan for this, if you look at the map, is going to be like I want corridors between rooms. So this is my control room. That's going to be the entrance room. This is my mechanism processing room. This is going to be my big reactors area. I'll have 2 big reactors in there. I'll have 2 of the 7x7x3s in there, I believe. That's my current plan. I'm going to want a thermal expansion room, and I'm going to want some like cell areas. And as I've said plenty of times, the whole point of this is it's in 7x7x7 chunks, and it's all going to be teleposed under the grass when I'm not using it. So ideally, the eventual thing is there will be a building here, which will be a little wooden hut, which you can come in and press a button, and the wooden hut will, well, no, you can't be in it because you get teleported with it, but there'll be a little wooden hut and just a field, and then a road. Anyway, so we've updated. We are on version 2.6.14.1. We've got a couple of new mods in the pack. One of them is magical crops. One of them is random things. Magical crops I'm not going to do anything with. If you watch my last episode of Space Monster and my next episode, you'll see that in my last episode I set up a magical crops farm using rotary craft fan, which actually picks them for you. In the next episode I'll show you just how ridiculous the amount of diamonds and emeralds I've got from that. So I'm not actually going to use that magical crops at all, I've decided, in this playthrough. Now I've been struggling a little bit for resources, but I've just been mining before I started recording, and I went down my ladder, that's over there, and I headed east, and I found a nice massive mine shaft. So I've got quite a lot of ores from there. So I am in the process now of just making some ores. What I want to do first is, just before we get into the salination plant, I've made some of the bits. I've been in single player and kind of worked it all out. I've been using calamari as food, my food source at the minute, by the way. It's very cool. It's just one of these raw squid and a bowl. You get 2. It consumes the bowl but the stack. So that's very good. Thank you very much for that, Joshy. Joshy's actually plays on the server with us now as well. The Minecraft, the agriculture modder, which is very nice. Right then, what am I doing? I've got a couple of other things to mention as well. One of them is this thing's really cool. Magician's Workbench. This is from Ars Magica. I did have the work table here from Railcraft, but this actually, it stores more, and I think you can have more recipes on it. I'm not sure when you get it full, but this is what I'm going to use for my little crafting thing. It's got a nice little draw animation there that I like as well. This is an actual upgraded one as well to a crafting one, so it's got 2 crafting windows in it. The normal one's just got a little 4 grid there. This has got 2 9s. I don't know if crafting means it can be used for auto crafting. I'm not sure whether you can put a pattern in one. Not sure. Anyway, that's very nice. Have I done anything else? Oh, I've done a little bit of this. I've made some gelid cryothium. This is actually quite easy to make. Now I'll just cover this really quickly. I've got ferrous ore. See, I've got quite a lot of ore to process. I don't want to process too much. So I'm trying to save as much as I can for the 4 and 5 times. But what I've got here is ferrous ore. Now, ferrous ore, of course, you will know has the possibility of getting. Come on, where are you? I went all the wrong way there. If you use cinnabar, you get 3, and you get a shiny ingot guaranteed, 100%. So I've been making some of this stuff, cinnabar. Cinnabar is actually quite easy to make. Fluid transposer, use your cinnabar ore with this gelid cryothium. Cryothium is cryothium dust, which is blizz, redstone, saltpeter, and snowball. Gets you that. So what I've been doing is, I've been making bits of this, just as I need it. So there's some saltpeter. I forgot what it was already. God damn it. Saltpeter, redstone, snowball, oh, blizz powder. Blizz powder, there is mobs called blizzes that you can get it off. The other way of getting it is snowballs in redstone. So let's start with some of that. Let's get some snowballs and some redstone. I just want to quickly run through this because it seems quite complicated if you haven't done it, but it's actually pretty straightforward. So I'm going to just put 8 snowballs in there. And probably 16 redstone. I'm guessing it's going to be 200 for each one. Let's have a quick check of that again. Yeah, 200 for each one. Right, so I'm getting some of this blizz powder. We combine the blizz powder with this stuff. So I'll just quickly get this last one. There we go. I guess there's cryothium dust, which you can then just put through there, and well, I'll put this into that in a minute. Well, that gives you this gelid cryothium, and the gelid cryothium then goes with cinnabar, was it? I get so confused. What do I do with this? I've been using it, I can't remember. I'm making cinnabar with it, aren't I? Yeah, yes, of course it is. Just cinnabar in there, yeah. So it's a little bit fiddly, but once you get your head around it, it actually works really nice. So if we put cinnabar in there, that gets us cinnabar. And then if we put cinnabar in our induction smelter with our ferrous ores, we get 3 ferrous for each one, which is good for invar, of course. And you get a shiny ingot, which is good for stuff later on. It's good for making the endarium stuff, whatever that is. Come on, oh, it has to be dust for endarium, doesn't it? Good for making endarium. What's that? Ooh, metallurgy stuff as well. So it works for that platinum. Anyway, I suppose, yeah, we've got metallurgy. I could just get platinum from metallurgy, so yeah, it's maybe as worth doing as I thought it was. Little bit of a side track there. And what I'm going to do is also empty that into there, so I've got some in there. Wonderful. So that is how I've been maximising the amount of ferrous and shiny ingots I get. Anyway, side track over, hopefully. Let's get back on with what I was going to do. Now, something else I want to do as well, just before I get onto the salination plant, is I want to show you something really awesome. This recipe here, steel casing, control circuits, very basic mechanism recipe. Gets me this guy, precision sawmill. He's going to have to go down there, isn't he? I found a dungeon, by the way, a Thaumcraft dungeon. I saw it when I was flying around in Creative when I first started, but I didn't go to it because I felt it was a bit cheaty. But I remembered seeing it. It was uncovered on my map, so I went up to Vagrams to get some more witchwood, and I flew back that way. And in a chest in there, I've got a builder's wand. Very happy with that. I love my builder's wands, so that's very good. I've got an iron capped Thaumcraft wand that I'm just filling up by killing mobs as I go around. I've not done anything else with Thaumcraft yet. What am I looking for? Looking for a wrench. There it is. I can go in there as well. I'm just going to wrench that energy cell out of there. And this guy can just go in the corner, like baby. There we go. Precision sawmill. What I'll do is grab a bit of wood. Now, does it have to be logs or planks? Let's have a look. Check out this guy's recipes. So logs get me. Does that get me a guaranteed? Let's go with some logs. See what logs get me. While we're waiting for that, another thing I've done is I had some of this pulverized refined obsidian left over, so I've combined it with osmium in there. It makes these obsidian ingots. So I made myself a suit of obsidian armour. This stuff is very strong. I've got so many hearts of armour. If I look at that, if I take the chest and the fingers off, I've still got 7.5. Was that 6.5? I've got 9 there without a chest plate on. So it's very strong. Take virtually no damage. Enchantable as well, so I will be enchanting this when I get some more levels on me. So that's very nice. Now this should be sorted. Yeah, we've got 4 of them. Awesome. Check this out. 4 sawdust. Makes you a cardboard box. Cardboard box. You can pick things up with. Let's see what should we pick up. Let's pick up that. You click on something like that, and then you just shift click to get it back off. But if we click on something, then we'll break it, and we can put it back down. Shift click it back off, and we've moved our thing. Now, of course, you can move a portable tank pretty easy anyway, but I just love the look of that as well. That looks so cool. I'm really enjoying myself with that. So let's put that back there. Shift click to get it off. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to whip down. I found a skeleton spider spawner down under my base yesterday. I'm going to go see if I can pick up a spawner with it. I'm going to test that out. When I come back, I'll let you know if it works. One other thing as well, the other mod we've got added, the mod called statues. I've got to show you this really quick. This is really cool. I'll put a couple of bits of stone down. I've got a little gap in my fence here just so I can get squid and stuff like you saw me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually block this up now. I'm going to put 2 small stone there. And I'll come around here. I've got this little thing here called a showcase. Inside it I've got a hammer. These are from the statues mod. There's only a couple of blocks it's got in it. One is the actual hammer, which is just like so. One's the showcase that I just got the hammer out of. There's also a pallet, so that's what that's about. Maybe for painting stuff. What I can do with this is, check this out. If I click on that, boop, and if I put my name in, it'll actually tick on my skin, and I can randomise him into some kind of funky pose. Let's get one that I like the look of. That's good. Looks like I'm dancing. Sculpt. Bam! Check that out. How cool is that? Oh man, I love it. Brilliant. I've got a little statue of myself outside my base. Right, I'll cut camera. I'm going to go see if this cardboard box... Where's he gone? Hello, guy. I might see if I can fit them in cardboard boxes and leave them all over the place. Where'd my cardboard box go? Have I binned it? Seem to have lost it. Well, I'll cut camera. I'm going to go see if I can pick up a spawner with it. It might have had limited uses and I might have used them up. Oh no, there it is. Sat there waiting to despawn. Right, I'll be back when I've tested this on a spawner and we'll get on with making a salination plant. Okay, testing time. Found a spider spawner. This is down in the mine shaft that I found. I couldn't actually find the other one. By the way, dream team this. A atomic disassembler and a silk touch pick is a dream team. Silk touch for the stuff you want to silk touch, like redstone, sulfur, stuff like that. And obviously, if I silk touch this redstone, I can take it back and put it in my enrichment chamber and get 12 redstone from each one. I'll come back and get a diamond in a minute. But here we go. Cardboard box, maybe a bit powerful. Cardboard box on the spawner. Break it, pick it up, and can move spawners with it. So it's maybe a bit too strong, that, I don't know, but maybe a bit cheaty. I won't abuse it. I'll use it, but I won't abuse it. That's how's that sound? Right, I'll meet you back in the base. I'll let you know what I'll let you know what Poppy's embarrassed by. He's run out of a fundamental. That's him taking the piss a bit because I ran out of redstone the other day. Yeah, because I've got the enrichment chamber, I'm just silk touching all this. Can bang it in there, get 12 redstone per redstone block with an enrichment chamber, which is very nice indeed. I do actually need still some kind of fortune pick. At the minute I'm processing this through the enrichment chamber as well. You get 2 diamonds per, but I think you get more with a fortune pick, so I still do need a fortune pick. And then stuff that like this that I want to just mine as ores. The atomic assembler on vein mode is just so good. So I think with a fortune pick will give me the full set of awesomeness, because fortune will get me more than shards and that as well. But I'm really enjoying myself with this. Right, I'm going to silk touch them and that. Cool, I'll meet you back at the base. Okay, I'm back then. Sign's done. There's my spider spawner. I think I'm going to collect a load of spawners and just leave them in boxes, make a little room for them. Like in the Raiders of the Lost Ark, where the Ark's just in a big room full of boxes. I ain't going to use any spawners using that. It's a little too cheap. I did test, you cannot pick bedrock up with it, so it has got its limits. Right then, so let's get on with... oh, this is quite interesting. Look at this I just found. That's most of us. Something I meant to press U and I pressed I by mistake. And check that out. If you press I over an item, it'll tell you what it can be enchanted with. Not sure. Oh, that's what's adding the... Okay. Tinker's Construct adds the vanilla enchants, does it? There we go. It shows you what what mods add the enchants. It works on weapons and that as well. So very cool. So I should be able to see that I can get reading on this, and it should be added by Bibliocraft. Let's see. Oh, there's no reading there. How was that work then? I wonder if you can't get reading as an enchant anymore. Used to be able to. Right, anyway. Let's get on with then the making of a salination plant. Now, I've already kind of got a lot of the bits of this put together. I put a couple of barrels up there, by the way, because my little chest here was getting full of stuff. I can't stop mining with this thing. When I'm down under the world, if I see a vein of ore, I get it, and then invariably, when you break it, it uncovers another vein of a different kind of ore behind it. So I've been running around mining a lot more than I usually do. I'm quite enjoying it as well. I'm saving bits of armour and stuff. I'm going to vanilla craft them back into fully repaired, and then have them all on armour stands somewhere. Just armour that I collect. Right, where have I put all this stuff? It's not in there. And it's not in there. Oops, put me in a barrel. There it is. Cool. So, this stuff, I've been making some of these guys as well. Refined glowstone. These are 9 glowstone in a block, glowstone ingots, which is osmium and glowstone dust. And the compressor over there, it's very nice. I like it. I'm using them as a light source. I'll show you in a minute. We'll head over there. We'll put these bits down, and I'll talk through the recipes of these, and then we'll look into actually making of the solar panels that go on top. So this is a nice big area now. And what I'm going to do is I am going to place this pretty much in the corner over here. What you've got to do, first of all, you need these guys. These are called salination blocks. Copper ingots are on the dynamic tanks we looked at last time. You get 8 dynamic tanks for 4 steel and a cobblestone. So for 4 steel, 1 cobblestone and a stack of copper, you get 8 of these salination blocks. So they're quite expensive. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go 2 in and 2 in. How does that sound? That's about right, isn't it? So what you need to do, you need to make a base that's 4x4. Now this is kind of going to screw with my 7x7x7s thing a bit. So what I might have to do is I might have to have this going into the ground, but I shall see, and then just take off the top part maybe, I don't know yet. But then what you do is, so that's the base. The base is always a base, and then the top's always the top. I'll just do the top separately for a minute. The top is going to be like that, with a controller in it, and 4 advanced solar generators. That's what we need to make. So 4 of them guys, 1 in each corner. So that's your top, and that's got to be the top. Now the middle bit, if it was correct, we click on that and it'd say complete, and it'd tell you what it's going to do. The middle bit is just a ring of salination blocks. So this is going to be the smallest one we can make because it's going to have a base, it's going to have one middle section, and it's going to have a top. But what you also need is, you need to be able to get liquid in and out. So what you're going to want is a couple of valves on this. So I'm going to put a valve for water in and a valve for brine out. Now, Poppy's just found a stack of slates in a dungeon. Very cool. So once we've got this top done, that is a minimum size. Now what we can have is we can have up to 16 of this middle section, and the more you have, the higher temperature you can get and the more brine you can produce. So we may have to make this a lot bigger, which is going to be quite expensive. And the other thing is, it's dependent on biome as well. So we may want to be doing this in a desert biome. So I may have to have a little remote, again, because this might be the bottleneck for my entire processing operation. We may have to play around with this and learn a bit more as we go. And it may be the case that I have to have a little remote salination area in a desert biome of maximum size. If that's the case, then we'll just have it in a little chunk and we'll end the brine back here. But there we go, got that bit. So let's go get out this dark rain. Son of a bitch in rain. And get these advanced thingies made then. I like that so much. It's making me smile every time I walk out my room. So, in our little thing here, what we're going to want then is we want 4 of these. So we need the iron, and the enriched alloy is straightforward enough. In fact, let's, what are we looking in there for? Let's grab a stack of iron ingots and let's actually enrich some redstone, and we'll get some more of them guys made in the infuser. While we're waiting, no, we're not waiting, but you know, it's 12, so take away 11. Alright, maths, always my strong point. That can go in there, and I can go back in there. There we go. That'll get us a little bit more redstone cooking. Probably going to need more though, but it's a start. What do I keep looking in there for? Fool. So yeah, I need the iron, and that's pretty straightforward. We need 16 of these solar generators. So 16 of them is... Right, so 48 of these solar panels. I need 48 of these guys first. I'm also going to need a load of them. Let's go with 48 of them first. So, what do we need? We have not got enough yet. We need more glass for a start. Let's start off with the glass. I so need to sort out my chest situation. And just stop being tight and like make more chests. It'll be so much easier. Let's have a lot of glass panes in there. Let's see how far we get. So as you can see, you can just... Can you shift click? You can. You've got another 4, so I need more osmium. So you can shift click on there, but I don't want to get more than 48 because I don't need any more than that just yet. So I'm going to take it a little bit easy. There's 16. So another 32 of these. There's another 16. And out of osmium again, and we're out of this stuff now. So grab some of them. Another stack of osmium. In it goes. Ah, interesting. Because I didn't have everything in there, I click that and put it in there for me. There actually bits in there as well. It is. So how do you clear them out? Like so. Okay, good to know. So 34. 3 more to go. Lovely. Ah, damn chest. Killing me. 1, 2, 3. Sweet. So let's clear that out. Got 48 of them, and then we're going to want 16 of these guys, aren't we? So, say a stack of redstone. More of them. Right, tell you what, I'll get these bits made. I'll be back when they're made and we can put that together and we should start getting some brine back in a bit. Okay then, here we are. Quite a bit of time's passed as I've been doing other stuff. I want 16 of these guys, don't I? So I'm going to bam them in there. Did it stack, lovely. Eek. So, put them up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then little non-stacking sods. So I'm glad I sorted out over here then. Because it would have been in a mess otherwise. Right, where's my... There they are. 48 of them guys. And in here we are just pulverising up 16 more osmium dust. Which is good. There we go. So I should be able to now make 16 of these guys. And I can't shift click into one of them, can I? Because apparently it's a design decision not to be able to shift click into these crafting tables, which is a bit weird if you ask me. I don't know why when crafting tables can be shift clicked into, this one should be special and not allow it, but I hadn't met the mod, so anyway. 16 of these guys, and because of that issue I'm going to clear that bit of my inventory out, and I'm actually going to do it over here instead because I can't be asked to do all that in there without shift clicking. There we go. So now I should be able to shift click into here. Wonderful. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. 4 advanced solar generators. Now it's been a while. Hello me. It's been a while because I have been sorting out this place over here. I've sorted out quite a bit, and this is how I'm going to do it. I've decided to make this room smaller again, so this room is now 28 by 28, so for the 7 by 7 cubes. And I've moved this all back. I've put a second hydrogen generator in here, so this is actually self-sufficient at the minute. And it's powering this. It won't power everything once it gets running at any kind of speed, but it's doing all this bit here. What I've got is, I did have this set up once, but I've just moved it all, so it needs redoing. But what I had was, I had an input chest, which is now over here, which has got a couple more bits that we're going to need. And I had it set up so sulfur, any sulfur from the input chest was getting put into the chemical oxidizer here, so that was automatically getting sulfur. This is producing hydrogen for the hydrogen generator and oxygen, which is going into this infuser. Sorry, oxygen going to this infuser. So oxygen and the sulfur was going to there for the sulfur dioxide, and then the vaporized oxygen, water vapor I mean, coming in there with that to make the sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid going into there, so that's all like before. I had the machine set up, so I had the Steve's factory manager set up so that it was putting ores into here, which is very nice, and I want it setting up to take these iron crystals out of there. I should be able to do that with ore dictionary, so that should be pretty straightforward. So pretty much ores in there and crystals out of there, and then the crystals are going to get put out of there into this guy. So that should be easy enough. So now what we need to do is get this guy that's connected up. So I move this here into the middle. It's a little bit ungainly, and after having a look in test world, I think I may have to have this a lot bigger. And if I have to have it a lot bigger, then it's going to go in a desert. Because if I'm going to make it fully efficient, I might as well make it fully efficient, aren't I? So that's how it works. It's got a big hat full of solar panels. Now if we click this, it should say complete now. Structured, there we go. And my little ender tank there should be putting water in. And it is wonderful. As you can see, because it's daytime, we're starting to get heat. So it's building up temperature very slowly, and it's producing brine. So look at the speed it's producing. This may take quite a lot of these to actually be doing any good, you know. Well, quite a couple of full ones of these. I reckon I could fit, well, it's 4. I could fit a lot of these in one chunk, so I may set up a little chunk over there and then have it so that I've got an ender tank putting water in, and one at the other end of the tank, taking the brine out and sending it here. I think that might be a better idea, so I'll have to work that out in the future. Now then, what we need to do with the brine is take the brine out, and what I don't think I have brought is my energy conduits that I need to run on the back of there. Let me just grab them. Okay, here we go. I was cooking some energy conduits, which I've now got, so I'm going to run them down the back of here. And up to there for now, and then all the other processing machines are going to go here, of course. So what I need to do now then is get this brine out of there and get it processed into hydrogen chloride. For that we need a second electrolytic separator, and is it a third or a fourth chemical infuser? And I made some more pressurized tubes, but I don't actually think I need them, because after I made them I realised I actually had 4 more in here anyway. I think I only need another 4. So what we're going to want here is, I'm going to want a electrolytic separator facing onto that, and we want the water going into that. So what I want is some liquid ducts, fluid ducts. So fluid ducts, they're there. I'm going to need a servo, aren't I? We should have remembered that before I start recording again. How much brine have we got? Not a great deal. Right. Picture we've got a servo, putting water into there. Water's getting separated into, sorry, not water, brine. The brine's getting separated into chlorine and hydrogen. So what we need then is to push that chlorine and hydrogen into here, and that's an issue. I'm too close, damn it. I need to move all this across one for it to fit right. If I want to keep my little pattern going here, because I need that block clear, what I have to do for now is drop them down there, and I think I'm one bloody power cable short now if I do that. Everything's a chore, is it not? And then what we're going to want to do, it's actually quite weird this, because this separates, this guy separates the brine into chlorine and hydrogen, and then this guy requires chlorine and hydrogen to make hydrogen chlorine, look, to make the hydrogen chloride. So basically we're separating it, then putting exactly the same stuff back together, which I don't know if that's a crime against science, so that's exactly how it works. So with a servo, what this will do is it'll pull out of there, push into there. This is going to stop because it's gone night time. There goes the temperature, and I've got a total of 798, which is going to get me nowhere. Right, I'll be back when it's daytime and when I've got a servo in that guy, and we'll see what this exactly does for us. Right then, daytime again. The guy just slept for me, which was very nice of them, and I can now put a servo in there, and we can set it up to disabled, which already was nice, and put stuff in there, and look what we got. We've got a tiny amount of production. So up to now we don't actually even have enough. No, that's just using the power it's got as well. That's using its stored power. She hasn't used any yet, which is quite nice. So it actually doesn't look like it uses power till it's done a full cycle. But there we go. We have got tier 5 in a fashion. Tier 5 ore processing. All sorted. If I move that up one thing I haven't checked is, I don't know if this can see valves on the bottom of the base. I don't think it can, but I should be able to move the inventory cable up to the valve, and it should, the Steve's manager should be able to see the valve, I think. Doesn't see it there, does it? But I ain't got it touching a valve. Let me just try for science. Oops, got some there. It's just, oh, that's running down quick, isn't it? Let's say using that up fast. Try for science. Let's see if that'll actually recognise the valve. Oops, wrong thing. It does. That's good. So I could put liquid in and out using the Steve's factory manager as well. Good to know. Oops, broken that. So all I've got to do now then is set up the Steve's Factory Manager, bring the other machines across. It's not, I don't think, in a state where it's going to provide me with enough brine to actually process anything. Let's see how we're doing. So as you can see there, brine is going into there, getting split into two separate things, and when it flashes, that's it producing a little bit of hydrogen chloride. But yeah, very slow, very slow. Partly because it's not getting up to temperature, partly because I think the speed it's not getting up to temperature. So I think my next mission, yeah, is, tell you what, I'll cut camera, I'm going to get all the rest of my processing over here. So then we can either decide to manually put things into the purification chamber, which is going to need hydrogen, isn't it? Oxygen, I mean. So that's going to need, I'm going to have to plumb in another electrolytic separator in somewhere, and more water. That's fine though, because all the water can come through this. Yeah, oh yes, it's already got one over there, what am I about? So I can get that brought over here, and while that's happening, there's a bit of a Farmcraft node up there. While that's happening, we'll see how much this gets and see if it starts backing up, and I'll show you that before the episode ends. Okay then, and I am back, and it's actually been several hours since you last seen me, and we have got a certain amount of stock of hydrogen chloride in here. Not a great deal. We've got, so that's 7337, so nearly late. We'll see how it goes. I've done a little bit of setting up of this. I actually went out earlier and had a few beers, so I didn't want to come back on once when I sounded too drunk. I've now no longer feel drunk and I've got a headache. Wonderful. That's what you get for daytime drinking. Anyway, what I've done here then is I've set up a couple of little things, but the water's going where it should be, and the sulphur is going where it should be. I've set up a little condition to send ores into here. So you see, I put a stack of 64 in there, and this guy is filled up. I think I had maybe 10 in there from previous tests. So the next condition is to get the 10 from there into there. So I'll do that one on camera. So next up, so ores in, and then I'm going to want, I'm just doing all these separate for now. So I'm going to one more of these on camera. That can be crystals in. Give me a rough idea what's going where. And if I come down here, what I want is I want to take them from that. So that's my input. The target is going to be, I think it's going to be west. We'll see what happens. We might have to play with that a bit. And then we want to send that to the chemical injection chamber. Wonderful. And the target for that is certainly going to be east, I think. Let's have a look. So what should happen is when I connect these, there's something wrong there. What have I done wrong? Oh, whitelisted empty, because we can have that blacklisted. Anything that's in there can go into there. So that ain't wet. So let's get rid of this guy. So the output of that should be east as well, really, I think. So did I do east? Let's try east. The scary bit about standing here is if a creeper comes up, it's going to blow all my stuff up, which will upset me quite significantly, I think. Let's try that with east. Let's just disable west, because I know west didn't work. Okay, let's try it with all of them. Then we can determine if it's this one or that one I've got wrong. Activate everything. Oops. Activate that again. There we go. And then, is there anything in here yet? Okay, so it's this one that I've got wrong. I've got this one set to come in from the dark red side, which I believe, I'm an idiot, is the west. I thought that was north. It is. Silly me. So it was that one that was wrong. That does not want to be east, it wants to be west. And we should see some action. There we go. So that's going into there. We'll see how long this lasts. And so this is at 7,337 was in there. Going down pretty quick, isn't it? So we've done one up to now. That had 5 in it already, of course. Now the next step for these guys is to go into here, which I need to put another electrolytic separator for, with water going into it, to get the oxygen out. I need to go into here. I've not made another one of them yet because I'm debating whether to use the one that's in there. Currently the one that's in there is powering the thermal expansion stuff still. But there we go. We've got it all sorted. I've worked out to make this a full size one. I need another 22.5 stacks of copper ingots. Yep, 22.5 stacks. I like the way this all looks, by the way. It's all very cool looking. I'm going to take that sulfur out of there, and I'm going to bang it in there. Now, one thing I would like with this is I wish it could save stuff. I wonder if it can. I just don't know how to do it. If you break this, it clears everything in it. Eventually, I want this in my across in my control room here. I want one controlling everything, you know. But there we go. Right, the difference is then, I've had a little planar test weld. I made a full size one. The full size one had a maximum heat of 1700, and it took 5 aqueous accumulators to keep it full. So this one's going down. So what we've got is we've got 1 aqueous accumulator in that little trough over there, powering all this. So it's feeding water into the chemical washer, salination block, and these 2 electrolytic separators. That one and that one. No, that don't have water in, just that one. So it's feeding water into 3 things. It will be feeding water into 4 things. So I'm going to have to make a little water plant with, I'll probably go for 5 aqueous accumulators, which I'll do off cam, because that's just real straightforward. And I'll probably make a little 7x7 room in here for it. So we'll have water source for everywhere. But I think we're at the stage where we've kind of got 5 times processing. We haven't got sustained processing, because this just ain't going to last. As you can see, it's daytime, so we're producing brine as we're going. Not very quickly. That's gradually heating up. Unless there's a way I can heat this up quicker. Don't know if there is. But yeah, I think the multiply was ×2 as well. I don't know if a desert will make that quicker. My test weld is a redstone ready map, which is one of the presets. I'm not sure what kind of temperature that runs, if it's normal or what. So I'll test that by spawning an apiary in. But for now, I'm going to say thank you as always for watching. In fact, I'm going to do a couple of other things. I have got 30 levels, so let's quickly go and enchant something. Now my enchanting is up in my little tower up there, so I've got to fly over there. So what I'm quickly going to do is I'll pinch the steel sword off someone. Thank you. Quickly grab that and grab my trusty hang glider here. In fact, before we go, Vagrum's made a nether hub. I've just decorated it a little bit. I'll just go quickly show you. Oh, love this little statue mod. Vagrum's made this lovely nether hub, and I've just decorated it with statues of each of the people who've got a base. This isn't everyone on the server. I know Beaver hasn't made a base yet, and I'm sure there'll be more people coming on, but Kieran and Dave haven't got a base yet, but as it's his server, I've given the pride a place there. We've got Sice, Nintendo fan, Joshy, Koyanti, Poppy, Poke, me, and Vagrim. Very cool. And a nice little nether hub here, with scary things outside waiting to come in. Need to get some kind of security on there. Right, how do I get home? There we go. I do really like that little statues mod. It's very simple. Let me load in. Thank you. Very simple but effective little mod. Let's quickly fly up here. Pressing shift makes you fly faster on a glider, by the way, if you didn't know. Whee! But it's still a bit slow going upright with the old jetpack. And when we get up here, do a little bit of work on this, so I just thought I'd show you it before we go. So there's my little tower that I'm starting to make. It's just a very basic mage tower, and I made some of the, as I was doing at the end of the last series, I made a magic wall floor. This is going to be where my Thaumcraft altar is going to be. Here, my infusion altar. I've got a little enchanting area over here. What should I enchant for? Oh, I've left my armour behind. Well, the point of coming here was to enchant my armour, which I left on the armour stand. So that was useless, wasn't it? So I guess I'm just showing you this. So yeah, started doing a little bit here, not a great deal as yet. And down here, the cobble you can see under that magic wall is where the sacrifice runes are going to be for the tier 5 altar. The actual beacons are on the outside of the tower. So I've kind of made it so that each corner, so these blocks in the corner are where the beacons are going to be. So I think that should look alright. Because otherwise the tower's going to be too wide. And then all this cobble is where the different tiers of blood altar are going to be. Cool. Right, I'll leave it there then. Thank you as always for watching. I hope it was entertaining. We have got 5 times ore sorted in a fashion. I probably will look to mine a load of copper and probably make a little single chunk one in there, just to see how quick it gets me brine as a test as much as anything else. But yeah, there we go. Cheers. Bye.